Greetings, fellow action figure connoisseurs, and welcome to another episode of Digital Caveman Presents Transformers Friday. I, as always, am your host, the Digital Caveman, and today I will be presenting you with Transformers Target exclusive Buzzworthy Bumblebee Origins. Bumblebee, or Origin Bumblebee, not Origins, but Origin Bumblebee. And this goes to show you, folks, perseverance pays off. Because I did get this from Target and not eBay. So, keep refreshing. Keep checking. Eventually, hopefully, you will get one. Thank you for watching this video. Only through support from viewers like you make this programming possible. Each view does count, and I do appreciate each and every single view that I receive. Thank you, and thank you, and thank you for supporting this channel through viewing. Comment below, like, share, subscribe if you'd like to see more reviews or help support the channel further. And don't forget to ding that bell so that in the future, you will be notified as my new content becomes available. And with all that said, let's get into it. And first of all, as we always do here on Digital Caveman Presents, let's take a look at the packaging. And first of all, I want to say there is no plastic protecting this figure. It's just, you can just reach up all in there. So, I suppose that's part of Hasbro's new get rid of Transformers plastic packaging series. Anyway, so there's a nice open window where you can see most of the figure. You look down in there, you can see the rest of him. Transformers, 8 and Up, Hasbro, Buzzworthy Bumblebee, Origin Bumblebee, and some artwork from some animation and some other animation, and looks like this isn't taken from G1 animation, rather inspired by G1 animation. And then this looks like Marvel Comics artwork, although it's probably not actual Marvel Comics artwork. It's probably just inspired by Marvel artwork. On this side, some more of that animated, authentic. On the top, Generations, Takara Tomy, and a hook, and part of an Autobot symbol. On the bottom, small print, fine print, legalese print, symbols I'm not going to learn, a barcode. Includes figure and 7 accessories. Yada yada, blah blah blah. Made in Vietnam print. On the back, Origin Bumblebee. He has a backpack. And he transforms in 23 steps, and he has all these little energon rods. Transformers War for Cybertron Trilogy, recycled. Don't stick things in all your language pie holes that don't belong there. Hasbro, small print, fine print, legalese print more, the little S thing, and my friends. That is the packaging. Now let's take a look at Bumblebee in his alt mode, his Cybertronian alt mode, his G1 Cybertronian alt mode, and his accessories. And first of all, let's take a look at the instructions. Buzzworthy Bumblebee, nicely illustrated as general, and not quite the Kingdom instructions that I like so much. These are nice and easy to follow. Origin Bumblebee. And as far as his accessories, he comes with 5 of these energon rods, which you see him and Wheeljack collecting at the very first episode of the G1 cartoon. A pistol, which Bumblebee usually doesn't come with. A jetpack, if I can hold on to it. And of course, now let's take a look at his Cybertronian UFO car mode. Now on the bottom, very messy, but you know, you're not going to be looking at the bottom of this thing. Now there's a lot of panels on here, but you know, it transforms, so it's going to have panels. It does fasten together pretty tightly and gives you a pretty good look at his G1 mode. Now under my lights you can see where like this yellow is slightly off from this because these pieces here I believe are molded in the yellow and these are painted. So you can tell which pieces are which. At least under the lights you can. And yeah, you kind of can. It's not as bad out from under the lights, but or out of the camera, whatever. And then you have this translucent windshield. But overall, a nice looking approximation of the G1 alt mode from Cybertron in the very first episode. Now we just need that wheel jack that he can zoop, slide inside to once he gets damaged. Nice paintwork here on the, I guess it's the grill and Autobot Tampo. And then again, you can see which pieces are molded in the color and which pieces are painted. And they don't quite match. So. And there we go. Bumblebee in his Cybertronian alt mode and his accessories. And now it's time for comparisons, but I did forget to show some things in the last segment. Getting ahead of myself. The jetpack will attach here. There's a hole and a peg. And it looks okay. And then the gun also will peg in. Well, I say it'll peg in. You can peg it in on this side or on this side. It would have been cool if it'd come with two and it would have matched up. That would have been nice. But we'll remove those and move on to the alt mode comparisons. And first of all, with me as always, is the Titans Returns Legends class Bumblebee. And here we have the Walmart exclusive reissue of the G1 Bumblebee. And here we have the Walmart exclusive Netflix Earthrise Bumblebee. Which he's a deluxe class. By the way, if I didn't mention that. And here we have the deluxe class Earthrise Wheeljack. And the Amazon exclusive Leader Class Alternate Universe or Dead Optimus Prime. And that, ladies and gentlemen, does it for the comparisons. And now, ladies and gentlemen, comes the part of the show, the comedy portion of the show, rather, where I attempt to transform this Transformer. So I think first of all, there's a little clip and tab stuff right here that we want to undo. And we'll undo this piece here. And then the whole cab piece, or at least I call it the cab. So we get all that undone. Then, now that we've got these undone, we can untab them. You see there's tabs here, and I'll pop that off and it just tabs up under there. This just pops back on that ball joint. So you take, here's a hinge here. We just want to straighten that out. And we want to try and do the same thing on the other side here. So once you have that, turn around. Hey, Bumblebee. Why, hey, Digital Caveman. And you just try to get a hold of these arms here. There you go. And flip them back out. And same on the other side here. And then just flip the hands out. Then turn his waist around. And then we can start working on these feet. And that piece doesn't want to stay on. So these pieces flip to the side here, and there's a hole in a peg. And same thing on this side, I missed. There we go. Ready? Let's see. I think. Yes, you can see here, there's a slot and a tab. So you want to untab that. And then you see these hinges right here. It's a double hinge. And you just flip those there, and then these single hinge, you flip those up, and then see these hinges right here. Is that right? No. It's a tight one, I can tell you that. There you go, that double hinge just kind of folds up in there. Same thing on this side. You want to move that bottom hinge up as far as you can, and then that top hinge just kind of fits down in there. And this piece folds down over his head, and you can see there's a double hinge there. And you just kind of get that into position. Then for his back, where does this fold? There you go, just kind of pop it loose from there. Fold it down, and then there's a double hinge here. So you turn that up and then push the inside hinge down. And just kind of line everything back up. And there we go, my friends. Bumblebee in his Cybertronian robot mode. Now, even though we've already taken a look at his accessories, we'll kind of run through them again here for his robot mode. The 5 energon rods, the backpack, the pistol. But before we get back into that, let's talk about his articulation a little bit and the figure himself. Again, the nice tampo, which this is the hood. And again, the plastic parts and the painted parts don't exactly match up. A little bit of a backpack, it's not too bad. But black, yellow, silver paint, red paint, some blue paint here for the windshields. Nice silver on the face, and I do believe there's some paint there in the eyes. And it's blue. I don't know if y'all can see it on camera. I can barely see it on the camera. But there it is, blue. Now let's take a look at his articulation. He can not look up. He can look down just a little bit, and no waggle. Ow. That got up under my fingernail and didn't feel good. But he can do the full exorcist. Articulation at the shoulders. Come out about 90 degrees. It will do a full 360 degrees of rotation. And then there's a mushroom peg at the upper bicep for another 360 degrees of rotation. Single jointed elbow gives you better than 90 degrees. Nothing really at the wrist, but some up and down hinge, I guess you could call that. I don't really count that though, because it's mostly part of transformation. It only exists there because of transformation. No ab, crunch, 360 degrees of rotation at the waist. His legs, he can give you the full splits. He can kick forward that far, back that far, which is pretty darn good for a Transformer. Then there is a cut here at the upper thigh, and it does give you 360 degrees of rotation, and it's on a mushroom peg. Surprise, surprise, right? Mushroom pegs. At the knee joint, single jointed knee gives you 90 degrees range of motion. And then these funky ankle joints give you that much tilt. I mean, look, wow. but it did come unhinged a little bit. But, you know, it'll give you tilt forward, tilt back. You just have to unhinge that double hinge there. So for Transformer, that is a great range of ankle movement. And now for his accessories. Sadly, these won't fit in his hand. So this part probably would fit in his hand if the ends came off. But as it is, you just have to kind of stick them under his arm, fold it up, and hope he doesn't drop them. So, but still pretty neat. A great throwback to that very first episode of the G1 animated series. Now, here's his gun again. And let's compare it real quick. This is his gun that came with the Hasbro Pulse drone pack, the repaint of Brunt, which I painted that turned out pretty good. So, but this gun I've been using with the Netflix Earthrise Bumblebee. But this guy has his own, and it goes right in his hand. And as far as the backpack goes, connects just the same way it did on the vehicle mode. And there we go, Bumblebee, and a backpack, and a pistol. Let's see if he can carry all 5 of these under his arm. And there we go. How about that, folks? There we go. And there we have Bumblebee in his Cybertronian robot mode with all of his accessories. And now it's time for the robot mode comparisons, my friends. And as always, let's start things off with Titans Returns Legends class Bumblebee. As you can see, this one is a little bit taller. And here we have the Walmart G1 reissue Bumblebee. And the Walmart exclusive Netflix Earthrise Bumblebee. And as you can see, these guys are about the same size. So I guess you could call this one a deluxe class if you consider this deluxe class. And here he is with the deluxe class Wheeljack. And here he is with leader class Netflix Walmart exclusive Optimus Prime. And that, my friends, is all I have for comparisons. For final thoughts on the Buzzworthy Bumblebee, Origin Bumblebee, Target exclusive War for Cybertron Trilogy figure. If you are a Bumblebee fan, and chances are if you are a Transformers fan, you're a Bumblebee fan, you want this figure. I mean, chances are maybe it might get reissued 5-6 years down the road, maybe. Or they might do a different version of it, maybe. But just keep checking Target.com, the Target app, refresh, and you might get lucky like I did and find it available online on the Target site for about 5 seconds. I was sweating the checkout process, guys. I really was. Perseverance does pay off eventually. I was really about to give up hope of getting this guy at retail, and just when I was about to give up, it happened. So just keep clicking that button, folks. Keep pulling that page down. Maybe eventually it will come back in stock again. Pretty, he's articulation-wise, deco-wise, he's about what you would expect from the War for Cybertron line. I don't know what to expect from other Buzzworthy Bumblebee figures in the line, because this is the only one that really has interested me. Maybe the 4-pack. If I can get my hands on it, I might go for that, but But this is definitely the Bumblebee that I wanted out of the Buzzworthy line so far. Well, that does it for the review. Thanks for watching, because only with support from viewers like you make this programming possible. Thank you, and thank you for watching. I do appreciate each and every single view that I receive, and each view does count. Comment below, like, share, subscribe if you'd like to see more reviews or help the channel out further. And don't forget to ding that bell so that in the future you will be notified as my new content becomes available. That's a wrap, folks. I'll see you next time.